Welcome back. Everyone who went through Hurricane Ivan back in 2004 remembers the toll it took on our community. But one of the brightest silver linings to come out of those grim days was Rebuild Northwest Florida. What began as a community-led grassroots effort to repair storm-damaged homes morphed into an innovative mitigation program that has so far made more than 9,000 homes safer since the effort began. With us today is Lindsy Milton, Communication and Outreach Manager for Rebuild since January of this year, who is here to share their success story. Lindsy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. Tell us some about Rebuild's mission and how it has morphed from what began as a group of dedicated volunteers just working to help folks who couldn't afford to make storm repairs to their homes into this great project that it is now.
Which is still ongoing. For
Yes,
those of you that
yes.
think Rebuild ended after Hurricane Ivan,
No,
it's still here.
It is still ongoing. We have funding for Escambia County right now, and we do not have any income limits.
Wow.
What we started, like you said, what we started out as was a group of personal business owners that came together and decided they needed to rebuild Pensacola after Hurricane Ivan. We did repair work on low-income houses. And we actually raised all of our own money with no government support. We were joined by volunteers and religious focus groups and social service agencies. And since then, we have morphed into what we are today, which is doing actual preparation for hurricanes instead. What we did was we decided there had to be a better way to do this rather than wait for a disaster and then repair. And we talked to the state and FEMA and came up with a way to implement this solid body of building science that actually is science instead of masking tape and plywood, which was the before case. We now have what was actually taken into the Uniform Statewide Building Code in 2002. And we came up with an idea to bring that into our community. The FEMA and the state were actually very supportive of us, and they have been a large reason for our success. They came up with a system where we could provide grants to homeowners to help them pay for it, and right now we have a grant that pays for 75% of the cost to prepare a home for a hurricane, and the homeowner is responsible for the remaining 25%.
So if I'm a homeowner and I'm worried about, is my home strong enough for a hurricane? Structurally, is it strong enough? Is the roof strong enough? Are the windows strong enough? I don't have to be, let's say, a certain income level. Basically, if it costs so much money, I pay 25%.
Yes, sir.
And then the 75% is then picked up, which adds a lot of value to the home just alone by doing that.
Yes, we actually, at first we were people were motivated by the fear of hurricanes.
Right.
And fortunately we have not been hit by a hurricane since Ivan, and so it's been kind of out of sight, out of mind. And now we find that people are more driven by economic savings.
It makes economic sense because when I go to sell this home, or even when I live in it, people are going to wonder how strong and secure it is.
And you get a great break, as I can attest to from personal experience, you get a great break on your homeowner's insurance.
Wow.
When the mitigation's all complete. It's fantastic.
So I know they can go to, are we going to have anything on our website at Progress+Promise on this?
Of course we will have things on our website. We'll have all the details about how you can contact Rebuild because, as Lindsay said, the project is still open. If you live in Escambia County, give them a call. It's the easiest money you'll ever spend.
That is correct. And we definitely encourage everyone to take advantage of the program while they can in Escambia County.
Right, because the worst thing that can happen is I might not qualify, but it sounds to me like the bar's pretty low today because if I can come up with 25% and I need to make my home stronger, then we can have a great thing with Rebuild. And that's wonderful. And again, thank you to all the volunteers from the very beginning. Who really did this for all the right reasons.
And thanks to the state and FEMA as well as their support in the community.
That's great. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay, so much for being with us.
Thank you.
That is great information from Lindsay and Rebuild Northwest Florida. Please check out progresspromise.com for details about how you can contact them. And if you stay with us, we'll be back for more in just a few.